most about what Sam's been able to string together these last couple of weeks in terms of putting together two pretty solid performances?
Just staying positive and growing, learning from the positive experiences and at the same time growing from not so positive, negative experiences. He comes to work every single day. He learns from both good and bad, and he's just a true pro. He's excited to come to work. He's going to continue to learn, and he's really fun to work with.
Jeremy, what are some of the tangible things that you guys can do to improve in the red zone?
Yeah, obviously we can't score field goals. We need 7 points. Everything happens a little faster in the red zone. It's a tighter field. The safeties and corners don't have to cover as much space. And so we just have to be more precise in our execution. I got to call a better game in the red zone. And we just got to continue to work. The run game's always harder because, the boxes are smaller. They don't have to cover as much ground. And we're just going to continue to keep working and learn from last week. And we got to get 7. I think 4 out of the 5 teams last year that were in the top of the touchdowns in the red zone made the playoffs. So you can't settle for field goals. We know that. We got to keep working on it, and it's going to be a big focal point this week, starting tomorrow.
Jeremy, how challenging is to practice this week with so many guys that are out or
Mm-hmm.
we haven't had to practice before
Yeah.
today? A lot of guys missing yesterday.
The one thing I can say about the entire group, all the players, they're really smart football players. They're studying on their own. Obviously, we'd like everyone to be out there, but if they're not, they'll study their playbook and they'll be ready on Sunday. So we got some guys stepping up right now. The National Football League, every week you don't have someone out. Someone's going to get hurt. And so we have confidence in the guys stepping up and being able to make plays.
Could you talk about the challenge of juggling the 4 tight ends? You don't see too many teams that use 4 who play a lot in the same game.
Yeah, and the best thing about them is they can play fullback, they can play wide receiver, they can play tight end, so they're flexible. It allows us to put a little pressure on the defense because they don't know what personnel grouping we're actually in. All 4 of them work together. They encourage each other, they challenge each other, they push each other, and they're continuing to get better also. Chris Herndon had a big game, I thought, this past weekend. He's moving in the right direction as well as all the other ones.
Hunter lead in sacks. What stands out about him?
Just obviously this defense, it's Coach Zimmer, Coach Edwards. I've known them for a long time from Dallas days. They're excellent football coaches that always get their guys focused and ready to play. They're fast, they're strong, they're sound, and they're creative, all in one. So we don't have to come into the game focused, and we don't have to bring our A game because the entire defense, from the back end to the front end, they're strong, they're fast, and they're smart football players. There's not a lot of free shots, so it's an awesome challenge for us, and we're looking forward to it on Sunday.
Is it possible for Sam to be better suited now to handle a really good defense, having played somebody like a team like the Jaguars or a team like the Broncos? Now that he's going against another good defense, is there any similarities he can draw where he might be a little bit better prepared?
It's not about Sam. It's about the entire unit. We all have to play together. We have to be able to run the ball. We have to protect. We have to get open on routes, and Sam's just a part of that puzzle. Obviously we had a couple tougher games early, so those are also learning experiences, and we're going to continue to grow. So I think in the National Football League, every team's good. On any given Sunday, whoever shows up it can win a football game. So I don't think there's one team better than the other. I think they're all really special. They're all good. And who shows up on Sunday with the attitude and the drive wins the game on Sunday.
On that note, how pleased have you been over the past 6 weeks with the development of the offensive line?
Yeah, they continue to get better, and they're staying together. Like I've said before, getting 5 guys on the same page, it's a challenge, and when it does work out, it's a beautiful thing to watch. And they're continuing to grow with the outside zone. They're and the protections are getting better, and they come to work every single day, so they understand that it's a 16-week season. At the same time, we're gonna keep getting better for 16 weeks.
Sam mentioned he feels like he's made some progress with pre-snap, reading a defense,
Mm-hmm.
and changing the play. When you guys asked that of him, you mentioned you hadn't done that a lot in college. So what have you noticed about his progress in that regard?
Just mentally, I mean, just every week. I think the biggest thing with a young quarterback is is understanding that each week is a brand new subject, a brand new defense. And on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday, we have to get to know that defense. This week, it's the Minnesota Vikings. So what do they do different than Indianapolis? You almost have to leave last week. That was Indianapolis Colts. So just understanding what to study on Monday, Tuesday, and being more prepared mentally as far as what to expect on Sunday. I think as a young quarterback, at first you don't realize how each defense is unique in its own way. So I think he's starting to learn that. He's starting to understand the opponent a little bit better. So when he gets into the game on Sunday, everything's a little bit slower for him mentally.
But isn't that the case to a degree in college? I mean, defenses are different or more organized at that level?
I think we don't have a 20-hour rule. So both as an offensive player, you have more time to study. You have more time to get to know the defense on your own, and more meeting time. And at the same time, the defense has more time to be creative and game plan. So I think there's some great defenses in college football. I'm not saying that. I think there's more time to study for meetings in the National Football League, and it's a profession.
How do you feel about your quarterback making tackles?
I'm all for it. We're gonna do whatever it takes to win a football game, and it was a nice form tackle, and you can definitely tell he played linebacker one time.
Is everybody good?
Cool. Thanks, guys.
Welcome back. Y'all missed me? I missed you guys. I swear. Terribly. Terribly.
Well, how do you feel?
Actually, I feel a lot better. A lot better. I really do. It's good to be back and get back in the swing of things. It really did.
How scary was your situation?
Really, it was a situation. I had to have a procedure, and it was kind of bothering me, and it was something that we had to get checked out. And so I had a procedure last Monday and everything, and then I got the results back this Monday, and everything came back good. So we're good to go.
Casey, what did it mean to you when you apparently walked into the locker room and the players were also happy to see you and welcoming you back?
Well, it was kind of crazy when we first knew and coached the team that I would be away. You know, I'm like had just got back to my house, and I guess he had just finished the team meeting. Then I got a lot of texts from all the guys, and what's kind of ironic is I coached the defense, and just as many offensive guys were reaching out and everything, and then to walk in the locker room and see those guys and everything was just good to be back. You know, it really was. Sometimes you take for granted what it is to be around the guys and be with them every day, and kind of family unit that it becomes.
All of that says a lot about how they think of you. Has that been heartening as you get better health-wise?
You know, throughout between these guys, former coaches that I coached with, this and that, it's just kind of strange when I'm looking down my phone and getting texts from guys that I know are in the locker room getting ready for another game, reaching out. We just heard about you. You know, we're praying for you, this and that, and it was just really touching. You know, I've been coaching now for 26 years, so I had numerous texts and everybody reaching out, and these guys here, and then I know they got to get concentrate on the game, but thinking about me it was truly touching.
Speaking to a lot of the players, they did say that they were playing for you. How does that make you feel?
It really does. That's priceless. You know what I'm saying? One, from my standpoint, you never want to be a distraction to the team. You know, I knew everybody else was having to pick up from the coaching staff. Todd had to do more. The rest of the assistants had to do more. But then for the players to know they got a job to do, and then I feel like I'm hindering them, but to know they were thinking about me while they were trying to do their jobs really means a lot.
Just talk about, so for a week you went through this harrowing experience. What was that like, just to go through, waiting, pins and needles, I imagine?
The worst part to me, really, we knew the procedure that, we felt confident going in that it would be taken care of rather quickly and everything. We would know the results. But the hardest thing for me was really maybe Denver, because I was home sitting there watching them play. And the first time you sitting there on a couch watching the guys go play, and that's kind of a hard feeling, you know what I'm saying? But, they really played well, so that was good, but that was tough.
How frightening was it for your family and for you, though?
Everybody was good. It's just everybody was just being so supportive. We stayed positive the whole way, and we just felt like everything was going to come out okay. And then we got the news we wanted.
Do you mind just specifically what you were dealing with, like the illness that you were?
I really don't want to say that right now, if that's okay.
Casey, do the back-to-back wins help?
It really did. It really did. I was like, dang, I need to stay away more often. But no, those guys have really done a terrific job.
You mentioned Todd jumping in and calling the plays. What did you make of his performance filling in?
You know what? I look at him. He's 2-0. I'm thinking he did an outstanding job.
Casey, what do you anticipate your role will be on game day?
Right now, we said we're just going to finish the week, and we'll talk about it towards the end of the week. But everything since I've been back this week been status quo, like business as usual. So we'll say.
100%?
Yes, right now. Yeah, it's this Monday, 100%. Full schedule. Everything was this week.
Do you feel like if Todd wants you to call the plays, you'd be able to do that normally on Sunday?
You know what? We'll give it one more day, and then we'll talk about it, and then we'll know for sure.
How proud does it make you that so many guys have stepped up in the absence of injured starters right now? So many guys have stepped up for injured guys, and they've done just a great job.
It's just kind of we just say the next man up. That's the way this league is. Nobody cares if people get banged up. The next man got to step up, and he's expected to do his job.
Casey, how big of a challenge is it to stop those two receivers?
Those guys are very talented. Then when you throw in the quarterback who can make all the throws, then they got a tight end. Then you throw in two running backs. It's challenging, and then they really know how to get open, and they extending drives on third down. It'll be a great challenge for us.
What does it tell you about a quarterback like Cousins, who's under pressure a lot and gets hit a lot, but also often makes the throw in spite of that? What does that tell you about him?
He is very resilient, and he's tough and mentally tough. This guy's been in some situations and where you're sitting there locking, but he's making the throws, making good decisions and everything. He's kind of makes their offense go.
So you got the all clear from the doctor? Did you need to go back and
As of right now, I had the follow-up and everything was good.
I
Everything
don't
was
know
good.
if this is too specific, but you said you were waiting on a test result for a week. Was that a biopsy?
I don't really want to get into that part of it, but it was something that came back and everything was clean. We were good to go.
You've got some different perspectives watching the defense. Why do you think they've been so much better generating turnovers this year?
You know what is funny? It's just the thing is there is always a lot of emphasis placed on it. These guys are just kind of really concentrating on it, and sometimes the ball bounces your way. But those guys are really working at getting them too.
So you watch the game from the booth, like where you normally sit, right?
Yes.
Coach, did you have the headphones on?
Yes, I listened, but I had no input. I just really watched the
It's
game.
kind of a weird experience. So you're almost like spectator but not coaching. Were you able to talk if you wanted to?
If I wanted to, I just really wanted to stay out because I really wasn't involved in the game planning. I really was away, this and that, and I was just kind of just watching the game, actually.
You know, obviously at halftime either?
Say it again.
At halftime, any suggestions?
No, I was just sitting down. I actually just watched them, and everybody kind of knew what we needed to do, and really, and the part of the game plan that I was sawing, everybody was trying to execute what we had worked on all week.
I mean, you guys played well, obviously.
Yes.
So what was that experience like to sort of have one foot in the coaching part of it and one foot almost like you're a spectator? It's not like you were home, but
It's
weird, I bet.
this whole experience has kind of been weird, but to sit there and watch those guys, and from my standpoint, I didn't want to be a distraction. I didn't want to be a detriment, but to see those guys kind of go business as usual and kind of keep performing, that was really a joy to see from that
Were
point.
you at the hotel Saturday night?
No.
You were not?
No.
What was it like when you walked in on Monday?
When I walked in on Monday, most of the time I was away from them. You know what I'm saying? I really was kind of here, but not with the players or the coaches, really. Really, I was really out of it till I came in this week.
Yeah, no, this Monday.
This week has been business as usual. Everything after, I saw the team on Sunday at the game, and then Monday morning everything's been business as usual. So this week has kind of been like totally just where we picked off.
You're obviously used to being here every day and
Yeah.
part of the day-to-day. So when you miss, a week of practices or so, how hard is it to kind of catch up and learn about the stuff that you missed in the handful of days that you were away?
That's the thing is, I've seen all the tape and everything, but just kind of getting back into the swing of things and this and that, the preparation and all that, it's just kind of, it hadn't really been too bad, actually. It really hadn't. Just kind of picked up where we left off and really just happy to be back.
Casey, how many
Take one more
days
after
were
this.
you actually at the facility last week?
I mean, I was here every day, but I wasn't 4 days and I wasn't really around the team.
I got you.
Casey, when you look at Jamal Adams and what was expected of him when you drafted him,
Right.
where has he made the most strides? I've called him a playmaker now at the back end
Right.
of your defense.
Right.
Assuming you agree with that, but is there a way that you could just sort of simplify one area that's where Jamal's made the biggest stride?
I would say leadership, because I guess when we drafted him, we knew he was a playmaker and we knew he would make plays, but the steps he's taken in the leadership role have been tremendous.
That's from Andy.
When you surprised the guys on Sunday, because a lot of them didn't know you were coming, what was
Right.
that moment like for you?
It was so real because, like I said, I didn't want to be a distraction. Then I visited with Todd because in my mind, I was just kind of going to stay in the locker room, this and that or whatever. He said, most of them going to know you were here anyway, so go ahead. You know what I'm saying? So I was able to go out and see them. Most of them were in the locker room getting dressed and that. And then some of them I didn't see till we went out into pregame. But it was good. It was really good. Like I said, I still didn't want to be a distraction, but I was just happy to see the guys again.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. See you guys.
without question. Any of these guys besides Quincy and Marcus not gonna play?
Not yet.
I think Crowell was listed with ankle last week, and it's a foot this week. Is that the same injury, or?
Same injury.
Have you guys, given any thoughts of what you're gonna do with a receiver in terms of whether you're gonna promote Deontay or sign somebody?
We have some things in place, but we're gonna wait till tomorrow before they can execute one way or the other, so we'll hold off.
What do you guys need to do better in the red zone offensively?
Convert third downs, make it more manageable on second down. Basically just put the ball in the end zone. We have a tweak here or there that costs us after a good drive, and we end up kicking field goals, but we'll keep working at it, and it'll come together.
How much tougher do things get in the red zone? It gets condensed.
I mean, it's always tough to get in there, but, you still got to score touchdowns, and every team has to go through it, and we have to go through it as well. Happy we're getting 3, but much rather have 6.
When you look at Sam as a leader, how do you think he's grown since week 1? Is he more vocal now? Has anything changed that you've seen?
He's more vocal as far as play calling and getting guys in the huddle, and the more confidence he gets around the guys, that's a natural progression for a quarterback. So he speaks up a lot that way.
We asked you yesterday about Adam Thielen, just more specifically, the numbers he's putting up are outrageous. How are teams covering him? I mean,
They're not.
I guess they're not very well.
They're
But,
not.
how are they trying to cover him? Is it just bracketing him when he's in the slot, or just straight double teams? Or?
I mean, it's hard because they have more than just him. They have running backs, they have tight ends are good, the other receivers are good, and the quarterback is good, and then they're running the ball as well. So it's not just Thielen that you have to face, it's the Vikings as a whole, and they do a good job mixing things up as far as zone and man and what they see and what they don't see, and getting all the other guys involved. So yeah, I don't think it's just a product of him. I think DeFilippo is doing a great job offensively with the scheme.
Hunter's numbers jump out, sack numbers. What is he doing well as the quarterback?
I mean, he's a load. He can pin his ears back and get going. He can run over you or around you. So we got our work cut out for us there.
So defensively, what do you think you guys have been so much better forcing the turnovers so far this year?
No, they come in bunches. We practice it all the time, and probably more so last year than we have this year, and we didn't get as many. So they come in bunches. The guys are working at it. Sometimes you get fortunate and get them, and just got to keep working at it, but it's all the above.
So you actually emphasized it more last year?
We did more things trying to get turnovers the last couple years. I mean, we emphasized it this year, but no more than we have in the past.
Is it one of those things when you try and make it happen, sometimes it's harder for them to happen as opposed to just maybe naturally in the course of a game?
No, you can't not try. We try to do everything the right way. Sometimes the ball bounces that way, so we've been fortunate this year.
Has Buster been here? Attending meetings at all?
He comes to the team meeting.
And then goes home?
Some days he'll hang around, some days he won't.
Is this situation continuing to be concerning for you because of that number of weeks he's had?
Yeah, as long as he's out, it's concerning until they get the okay. We've had several guys that's had some, but anytime a guy has a certain number of concussions, you tend to pay more attention to it.
Do you view this as a situation when you might not be able to return this year, or is it?
Not at this time, I don't.
Is the concussion that he suffered on the more severe end of the?
It's a concussion that's severe to begin with.
Todd, not to take it anyway from the Colts or the Broncos, but the Vikings are a team in the NFC Championship game last year, and probably one of the favorites to do something in the playoffs this year. What would a win over a team like that mean for your team on Sunday?
This gets us to 4-3 above 500. And you don't get any special extra wins from beating a team that's been to the championship game. We're trying to go to 4-3. They're the next team on our list, so it'll be just like beating the Colts and the Broncos, but it'll be 4-3 instead of 3-3.
How great would it be from a more team morale standpoint to sweep this 3-game home stretch rare as they are in today's NFL?
Our morale was good with the 3-game losing streak, but you know we're trying to win ball games. It'll be great just to win the game to get to 4-3, and that doesn't bring us a championship or anything else like that. It gets us to 4-3. We understand that. We know that's the goal, and that's what we're going for.
What's the process been like this week of Casey getting back into things? What's got a chance to talk to him? And then what's your thought process on the play calling stuff for Sunday?
Him getting back into it was easy. He was in the building last week doing tedious things, but getting back into it is pretty good. He's back at game planning normally. We're all in the meetings, and we'll decide that probably tomorrow or Saturday who's going to call it.
What do you mean by tedious things?
Just watching tape, things that doesn't get him excited where he can't be excited and do things he can't do, and just laid back work that wasn't the Colts.
Todd, as Jamal Adams' head coach and also yourself as a former safety, what do you like best about his game right now?
His eyes, focusing on what he needs to see when he plays the game. His eyes have been great, and it's been a gradual growth from last year, so his eyes I like the best.
Is that where some of the turnovers are coming from?
That's everybody. I mean, sometimes you fall in your lap, but his eyes have been outstanding when the ball's around him in the area. He's been very good at least getting tips or making things happen.
How are your eyes?
My eyes are bad. Even my eyes. My eyes.
As a player.
As a player?
Yeah.
Oh, I was great then. A long time ago.
Cousins had a lot of tips balls last week against the Cardinals. Is that a freakish thing, or is that something you guys can,
I think it's a freakish thing. You know, certain balls you go low and you get lucky and tip some, but it's a freakish thing. Like a couple of those guys were unblocked at times, but I don't think that happens much.
Very good. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Eyes.